And welcome back to part 2 of our 46th session of the Esterisle Cartography Guild Homebrew for Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Grimrolls. And we just defeated a Super Minotaur, charged by Eldritch Power, that killed Lucian, which, frankly, none of us are surprised by. And we all narrowly survived, which we were surprised by. We are broken, we are on the verge of death, and to make things worse, the damn frickin' shrine we were in decided to basically fall into something of a sinkhole, and that's where we left off. We have no idea where we're going, we have no idea where we're going to end up, and worse yet, we're probably not going to have any idea how to get out safely. So, it's going to be interesting. That all said, let's go ahead and rejoin the Discord and see what the devil happens next.
Because I was just checking.
Not you.
Me? For the potion, to see if I could get a dimension door.
Right. You're right.
I got a shield.
So Lambert, something that I'm going to tell you now because you're no longer under the effect, and I just think it would be funny. If you would have died in that fight, you would have immediately come back as per the resurrection spell. So you just would have come back in a different body, like immediately.
With the resurrection or the reincarnation spell?
Reincarnation, sorry.
Well, you rule reincarnation differently, which is the whole premise of my character.
Yeah, but with this, I would have made you like a goblin or some shit.
Okay.
Goblin.
I'm afraid to ask, like, what would I have had to roll to come back, and what would I have come back as?
You would have come back, regardless.
Right. I'm just questioning what.
But like...
Like a goblin would be like
reincarnation.
Why are we
Let's
talking about
the expanded reincarnation table?
Spin the wheel.
Roll a D100.
Why are we talking about reincarnation?
29.
Lambert has like
you would have become a mountain dwarf.
Hell yeah!
That's pretty good.
Oh, that would have been interesting to deal with in the future.
One exit, another insert.
I have this very strange urge to not sleep with women anymore, but drink a lot more. What's wrong with me?
Yo, what if you came back as a lady mountain dwarf, and then you and...
I find your beard a lot more attractive than previously.
What if you and Bjorn then fuck, and then you have both your PCs fuck, and then you have a baby? That's the mega PC.
Yeah, anyway.
How about no?
I think it's a great idea.
Should ever let Kyle play a dwarf again. Because he got us arrested.
My dwarf was entertaining. Screw you.
So,
you got us arrested.
I had nothing to do with the fact that it was the dwarf.
Yeah, why do you have to make it about him being a dwarf?
Why you gotta make it about race, bro?
Nothing to do with him being a dwarf. So Lucian.
Oh yeah.
You awake with a mouthful of dirt, seemingly buried beneath the ground. You feel the weight of all of this dirt and stone above you, pressing you down, making it hard for you to move. What do you do?
Shit, okay.
Okay.
I'm
done.
No. So I'm just fully covered in dirt, just entirely.
Yes.
Start digging, I guess. Try to push it out of the way.
Okay.
I can't really put it anywhere, but...
Make me an athletics check.
Yeah. I'll do it. Big number.
Okay. You begin to fight against the dirt holding you down, eventually giving yourself a little more wiggle room, and eventually that wiggle room allows you to put more and more effort into freeing yourself from the earth. It's at this point that the rest of you, one by one, you all regain consciousness. You awake in what looks like some sort of healer's room. Many beds placed far enough apart to allow others to stand on either side of them. And each holds small end tables with a series of herbs and powders on them. Over from in the corner, you hear a voice. Ah, so you're awake. I was wondering if that fall did more number on you than we had thought. Honestly, you're quite lucky you fell into the city. We likely wouldn't have found you so quickly otherwise.
Lucky's a word, not the one I'd use.
With this, you all kind of turn your attention over to the voice, and you find a familiar face. the face of Tamana Avalon, the leader of the Drow that you had allowed passage from the Isle of Glass.
I thought you were about to say the leader of the Inquisition. I was like, what the fuck?
Yes, the leader
It's like,
of the
yeah,
Inquisition.
right out of the freaking frying pan. And
Like,
That would have been funny.
Lambert and I didn't fall down. I'm confused how we're there.
No, we did.
You did.
No, you said we physically like fell,
Mm.
but you didn't say we like fell down. And,
No,
like,
The
no,
entire
everything-
Undercity.
No, you fell down.
So
The whole
okay,
Undercity fell.
the way you made it sound, I thought we just like stumbled and then they fell.
No,
No.
we went with them.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
we're good. We're good. I was confused.
You too took a stumble. Quite the stumble.
See, when you say stuff like that, like you took a stumble, you took a trip, I assume inches. You're like, you fell 8,000 feet.
Yeah,
you
just
took
about.
a trip to the
Give or
Underdark.
take. Fell right into a city. Anyway, she kind of looks at all of you. I wouldn't recommend trying to push yourselves too hard now. You're in one of the hospital wards here at the temple. You've been out for a few days now.
Sounds like a long rest.
It does. Yes, I would imagine so. Unfortunately, magical healers have been sent out to the field hospice, so we've had to make do with mostly natural methods. You might be sore for a while, I should think, but other than that, I think you should make a brilliant recovery.
Fantastic.
Excuse me. Where are we exactly?
My apologies. You are in Stallmist. It's a city down here in the world below. You sort of fell right down into the city center. We kind of just pulled your bodies out. You were the first ones we found. I mean, we were surprised, honestly. We thought it was an attack by Blackstone at first, but a welcome one.
So, this is gonna sound very strange, but it's actually a fairly pertinent question. We did have another with us. Well, half of him. Where is that?
Yes, I'm sorry, but he was dead when we found him. We gave him a proper burial, as we could, in wartime. Makeshift marker and everything. I can take you there to pay respects.
No, you need to take us
Yes.
there so we can dig him up, because he's probably, if not out already, will be out soon. Fun fact, not the first time he's died. Most brutally way he's died, though.
Although
What?
I
We
think
really
it
do
would
need
be very interesting if you kept them separated. We were actually conducting a little impromptu experiment to see what would happen.
Were we?
I
Hold on.
I still say the head pot is the one that's gonna have the rest of him grow back, I swear.
You mean that he could be awake right now?
Yes.
Alive
oh,
and
no.
Oh no! Yeah.
He's been blessed. He's been blessed by the gods to never die.
Or something.
We should probably go get him.
Not to never die per se, but to come back when he does die.
We
which,
left a
if
note
he-
on him that says, "Don't bury me or put me underwater."
If he is buried, then we do need to find him. You're correct.
I'm about to say,
I mean,
Then
what is the worst
let's-
scenario? I mean,
let's go.
if he dies again on the ground, he'll just come back alive.
Just sounds unpleasant.
Let's-
He's mad at us.
let's just
That's
go
fair.
ahead and... Yeah.
You guys run outside of the. It's strange. So the temple itself here is sort of enclosed in like a third layer of things. You guys kind of leave the healer's hut little thing, and it kind of opens up into more like a graveyard. You guys get some shovels and start walking over to where Lucian is. Interestingly enough, even without any natural light, there are a good number of trees and flowers growing throughout it. Many of which you actually don't recognize from being on the surface. So it's like its own little biome. When you get to the grave site, you find Lucian's torso leaning out from the grave, just covered in dirt.
You alive there?
Sons of bitches buried me?
No, not us. Not us. The people who found us. They had no way of knowing.
Yes, that is on me, I suppose. You were sort of. I'm sorry. Can you get out from? Do you need a hand?
Can you move your legs?
You still
He needs
have
a pair of
legs?
legs.
Yeah, sure. And I'll reach out and grab her hand.
She helps pull you up. You do have legs.
Okay.
Are they the same?
Are they like tiny little legs?
No, they're fully grown legs.
Damn it.
That's
Tall with 6-inch legs.
Like Deadpool.
It's call it a curse, if you would.
It's not a curse.
Right.
You're
proper
blessed.
curse. Very good. Yes. Well. I don't know about you all, but I could use a drink after that. In fact, I believe I promised you all a round of silk wine.
Oh, I remember.
Yes.
Very good then.
Suppose we can stay for a moment. We probably do need to be getting back eventually. We have people waiting on us, but would not say no to a new experience at least.
Lucian is gonna try to shake the dirt off him like a dog does.
God, must you do that? Really?
Good.
Hey, it worked.
Sure did.
So Tamana takes you all out of the temple complex and past the main doors. Once a certain distance away, you kind of take a look back to see the architecture of it and see a giant platinum spider placed neatly at its center, with an eye on its abdomen with a pupil of inlaid ruby. Heinrich, as you're looking at the figure, Hans crawls up on your shoulder and taps your neck with one of its legs.
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
He jumps off your shoulder, slowing his fall with a web attached to your coat, and lands on the ground. You can see a shadow in the faint line from the temple, but pointing toward it rather than away. The shadow begins to grow longer, thinner, and point itself toward the temple doors like an outstretched web.
The shadow or the light?
The shadow.
Shadow.
It's pointing toward the light, which is odd.
I'm the only one who sees this, or everyone sees this?
They don't seem to be reacting in any way.
You guys see this? This is some cool stuff. Spooky.
Okay.
What you see is Hans.
The architecture, I mean, it's different from the surface, that's for sure.
The giant bloody platinum spider. What about it?
You wouldn't understand.
This isn't.
Don't think I want to.
Never mind.
Heinrich, is this related to your what's her name? I
Not
don't
sure.
remember. Yeah, that one.
Nishar yeah, I do believe so.
Yes, it is indeed the temple here in Stallmist of dedicated to the Spring Mother.
Oh my god, we have so much to talk about.
Oh god, now we get to hear it all.
Hans begins to slowly kind of walk his way toward the temple and kind of turns back around you, towards you, and kind of looks at you, lifts one of his legs and like kind of does a follow me sort of motion.
I follow him.
Wait, Heinrich, what? Okay, Heinrich's following a spider. Should we go with him?
I just want one normal day.
We're in the Underdark.
I mean, I think he's probably going to read a whole bunch of religious literature or whatever.
I realize how much I'm asking for. I guess let's go.
I'm about to say, we're in the damned Underdark after falling through a fucking sinkhole that was originally a shrine for sacrifice. Normal's not in our repertoire or schedule.
So, you follow the spider through the temple until eventually you find yourselves in an octagonal room with an altar at its center. White tapestries intertwine like a spider's web across the room at each of its corners, and all connect at the center at a massive statue of a spider made to look as if it were crawling on the ceiling of the room, legs on each wall, head gazing down upon the center. Hans continues through the room and eventually up the altar onto a symbol of the Whispering Mother, where he stops and rests.
I approach him.
Right, you get closer toward the symbol, and as you reach out to sort of touch it, Hans suddenly sinks his fangs into your hand. Before you can react, you find yourself in a black chamber. You feel hundreds of little legs crawling up and down your body, encircling you, wrapping around you with their silk thread. Unlike other times you had been here, your feet touch the ground, and the spiders are only now beginning to restrain you in the webbing, so you can move somewhat. Heinrich. You hear a voice call out from the darkness around you, and slowly a figure begins to walk out from it, the shadow sticking to her as if she was wearing it. Once out from her darkness, you get a better look. From her torso up, she appears to be a beautiful elven lady. Dark blue skin, long white hair falling from her head over her shoulders, covering her exposed skin, along with a series of long necklaces hanging off her neck. She has long, thin arms. Upon each of her fingers, she wears long metal claws that make a noise as she moves them, like the sound of scissors as they slide past each other. Covering her eyes where her eyes would be, is a mask of sorts. The same silver material as the rest of her jewelry, but without holes for which to see out of. From this description, you'd find her as any drow maiden if it weren't for her other features. On either side of her elf-like mouth are a set of two fangs, like that of a spider, and beneath her torso is the body of a great black spider with spikes and spines protruding from its legs and back. And on her abdomen are 8 glowing red eyes, each gazing into your very soul.
And I've seen her before like this? Or is this my first time?
Never like this.
Never like
This is your first time.
That's terrifying. I am restrained by the web, but I can still somewhat move.
You can still move. You're not like, they're starting to restrain you, but like they're tiny spiders and you're not,
I
you know.
I bow down.
Oh, please, rise. I feel my brother coming closer to the surface of this world. Another of his seals has been broken.
Your brother?
Indeed. We are of the same kin. Of sorts.
Does he have und name?
He's had many over the years. I believe your kind called him Aroth. It would be the end of the world if he were to get free from his prison. As you know it, at least.
I can only assume that he wishes, what he wishes to accomplish here. But as I knew him, he was vengeful and cruel, even by our standards.
So I'm just writing. And is it safe to assume you want him stopped?
He kind of like inches closer towards you and like takes one of her like silver claws and sort of like touches it to the outside of your face. We were all sealed by the ancestors of human and dwarven kind, long before even the elves came from their great will. They threatened our presence, very rightfully so. My siblings and I are powerful, in a way only the most primordial beings can achieve. And we all believe this plane to be our birthright. I was among the first sealed away, so perhaps I should not speak on the mental state of my kin, but I assume they have not changed much in the last eon in terms of entitlement. So yes, I feel that it would be rather misfortunate if he were to return.
Is there any indication as to who is trying to set him free or help him rise?
I believe you've met most of them. That half-elven boy, that waterkin. Listen to me, Heinrich. I cannot see the tapestry of fate, but I can see the web being pulled and tugged with each passing moment. My brother has but 2 seals before he is free from his prison. You must ensure another does not open.
I will do what I can. You've instructed me to try to get some followers, and I have met a group who are helping me, even though they may not know it.
Good. Now, my time with you is short. There is much for you to learn. Approach me, my servant, and I will bestow upon you a gift that will aid you.
I thought she was right next to me, but I will approach her.
She has very long arms. As you approach, pulling apart the web still being worked on by the spiders crawling around you, when you're close enough, she reaches out her long arm and grabs your hand. She leans forward and pulls it closer to her lips, and suddenly her fangs sink into your flesh. It's not the bite that you feel, however, but instead the overwhelming burning pain of her venom entering your body, pulsing in your veins, as if your blood itself caught fire for what seems like an eternity before it all fades to black. When your eyes open, you're in the process of flinching back from Hans's bite just a moment ago. And when you go to check your hand, however, instead of a bite wound, you see a tattoo of sorts, a branding at the back of your hand, like a web. And you receive this boon.
I was going to ask her one more question, but okay.
Boo.
What were you going to ask her?
What she meant by keeping an eye on, like, Lucian and all that.
I probably should have asked her that before that, huh?
Yeah, well, I didn't think that was going to be the end of the cutscene.
So I posted the boon in non-tomfoolery.
Oh, Heinrich protagonist. He's our little compass.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Okay, nice.
It's useful.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you get for having like the only elder god that would not want to be freed.
Open up your
As a
minimap and mark the
patron.
location.
Yeah,
That's
but
a-
it's only stuff connected to Daroth.
That's it. I mean, that's
Can I
basically
click no?
that's the power of the infinite plot hook. I love it.
In case you're confused about where to go next to advance the main plot.
Heinrich, can I just like turn off location services, please?
Brought to you by NordVPN.
Not sponsored. Maybe one day.
Can't throw-
Well, I
we're
mean,
not.
have you? Hey, you say it doesn't. You say it doesn't work. Have you found Yorn?
Shit.
Who?
Exactly.
Thorn. I bet he downloaded NordVPN.
NordVPN.
Use code FUCK to download NordVPN today.
Don't do that.
It wouldn't work.
Every subscription comes with a free keg of beer.
It doesn't.
No, not at all. That would be illegal.
Now,
I
that said,
feel
who
like it
would
would be.
actually chance drinking Dwarven Fire Ale?
I would do it.
Do it.
I can just make myself a dwarf and do it.
That's just Fireball, right? Easy.
It's basically like swallowing a fireball, yeah.
Fireball's
Alright.
not that harsh.
No, swallowing a fireball,
Fireball.
like the spell.
E,
No,
fire.
that's pretty harsh.
Fireball's great.
Actually,
Nah,
That's a little
Fireball's
harsh.
pretty
I've met some ladies who swallow fire.
Shut up. We're gonna keep going.
All my ladies don't. I mean, have to. I should think. Anyway,
Your ladies just stare directly at the sun.
What?
that's like objectively true.
So, what are we doing now?
You just watched Heinrich get bit by a spider. His spider.
Oh, does he need medical attention? I've got a kit on me, but I'm not very good.
Hi, Rick, you okay?
Oh, yeah. I'm wunderbar. I'm looking at my hand.
Does that... Do you need to go to a hospital? Also, your familiar bit you. Is that...
Common?
allowed?
Is that allowed?
Is that I mean, I'm not a scholar. I must say he's never done that before, but I'm still standing. And as I'm just talking, responding back to them, I turn around and I try to like nonchalantly just activate the compass as I'm just twirling my arm.
Okay. So,
If you
as
shoot a
you
web
focus
web at us.
on, as soon as you focus on the brand, you feel like a million tiny strings, like a web, stretching across the entirety of the world, and you feel some gentle tugs coming from the east, predominantly. A couple a little southeast, but most notably, the one that's closest to you is a massive tug coming from Lucian's direction.
Okay.
There's something behind Lucian.
There's nothing behind me. What?
I just look at Lucian, as we're talking, whatever, and telepathically, I whisper to him, it's like, we need to talk. I don't know, that came out like an Indian accent, but okay, whatever.
Thank you, come again.
I can't
Very
respond
good accents.
telepathically, can I?
Heinrich.
You
Not
cannot
how
respond
that
to this
works.
message.
I just like, okay.
What happened?
he says okay out loud.
Sorry.
Okay.
Are you immune to spiders venom?
I mean, the familiar does not have any venom. He is just
Oh,
familiar.
okay. Well, I guess I'll stop focusing on it then. So how about that wine?
Well, it's not. You'll. Don't get your hopes up. She
Okay, hopes
she
down.
guides you out.
Hopes are down.
We had a very rough day. Honestly, it's kind of hard to getting lower than this.
I
If only
fucking
we-
died.
If
He
only
fucking
we
died.
carried around kegs of something that
Oh,
tasted
please.
good.
It's been a week already. Get over it.
Oh, it's been a week.
Ah, okay, of course, you're right.
Oh yes.
Right. A
What
week
do you-
ago.
Crosses out a date in his journal.
You know, I've never had mead. Imagine if we just had kegs of mead all the time. That'd be nice.
Sounds like madness. Who would ever do that?
Oh, is it? Oh, is it year's end already? Wow.
Yeah, the third of year's end. Yo, that's crazy.
Isn't
We
someone's
had,
birthday
we had a
coming
long
up?
rest then?
Several, I think.
Oh yeah, several. You've been
Well,
unconscious for a week. You're well rested.
If anything, we're over-rested.
We did roll for birthdays. My birthday's on 1504 and question mark.
Hey.
Lucian doesn't know his birthday because he was enslaved
He doesn't
by
know
bad
his birth
people.
year.
I can laugh.
Oh, Lucian.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's another 5 years, by
Yeah.
the way.
Okay. All right.
Huh?
Oh,
Are we up
taken
to
off
now?
of his life.
No, granting him more life, I think, to make up for
What are
it.
we off to? What are we up to now?
Every time he dies, he grows stronger.
It should be 15 now.
15. Jesus Christ.
Okay. So every time he dies, he loses 5 years of his life. So when he dies of old age, he just comes back. So he just gets into the
this
negative.
is-
So that's half your life now.
No,
That's a
this is like
Benjamin Button thing.
in The Princess
half
Bride
of
when
my life.
Lucian's getting his life sucked out of him. We just need to give him chocolate and he'll be fine.
It's like in The Princess Bride, where he just dies a little bit all the time, so he builds up an immunity
J. Roth
to
would
death.
suck the life out of me.
Oh god.
Nope,
Hey.
none of
How
that,
long have I
Michael.
been working for the guild? Like 2 years now?
Less than a year.
A couple months.
Couple months. Wow, that's a lot. Really quick.
It's been more than a couple months.
a couple
It's been a
months.
couple
it is.
months.
What are you
I
talking
mean, it's
about?
earlier this year. I mean, you guys
We-
started in like Summer's Eve, I think, maybe.
Oh, we started in Summer's Eve, yes, and is now year's end. So it's been like
About
That's
8
more than a
months.
couple months. Yeah, that's way more than a couple months.
8 months
And
is
get
a-
over
is
it.
few.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Nathan, you
7,
focus
8,
on the
9
weirdest
months.
things when it comes to just people using nomenclature and frickin' vernacular. It's hilarious.
I can't help
Is-
it. I'm sorry.
You like hyperfixate.
And you make
though.
fun of me for the same shit.
So, anyways, where's my dude, huh?
In any case,
We're not going
you
anyway.
don't
We're
get
going
one.
one.
You need to remember a few more things before that happens.
You're right.
You've gotten plenty.
Yeah.
So you guys walk out onto the streets of the surrounding temple complex and into the city proper. The temple itself rests on what looks like a carved-in cliff, overlooking the majority of the city. At the center of the city, you can see that the cavern. You see what Tamana was talking about earlier. From the looks, multiple square miles worth of stone and dirt from Ambria's Undercity up above has fallen onto the central square. You can see that the little ant-like people running down there, picking apart the rubble, clearing it out, seeing if there's anything to scavenge. Aside from the gaping wound on their city, you can hear the sounds of smithing ring out through the cavern, echoing across like 1,000 drum beats. As you're guided down through the roads towards your destination, you see the drow folk, mostly commoners by the look, looking solemn and going about their work. You see even the frailest of them carrying wheelbarrows full of newly crafted weapons, armor, and the like, alongside carts full of herbal medicine kits and potions rushing towards the southern side of the city. You'll have to forgive the state of things at the moment. I'm afraid we've found ourselves at war recently.
Oh.
Yeah, you mentioned something about that. At war with who now?
Blackstone. Remember those Duergar back in the dungeon you brought us back from? Well, apparently they were led by the son of their god king, and he didn't make it back alive. Obviously, someone must have come back, but I suppose they blamed our city for being there first, and it's just a whole mess.
Well,
Oh.
shit. If they just listened to us, this wouldn't have happened. They didn't.
Wait, so you're telling me their god king hasn't come back?
The son of their god king.
Do we know what this person looks like?
I think we know.
He was a gray dwarf, you know.
I'm asking specifically, have we met this person?
Probably.
Yes.
You do not know
Thank you.
which one he would be talking about.
I'm asking
The
for
She would be
very
talking about.
specific purposes. Thank you.
Oh god.
No problem.
Like, have you seen them? Probably. Would you know which one
Yeah.
him is? No.
Okay, thank you.
We'll make do, I'm sure. The unfortunate side of war in the world below is that it's hard to make any headway one way or another. Too many defensible positions. It took 100 years for them to conquer the last Elven city. With any luck, in that time, we'll have figured out a way to fight them off.
Oh goody.
Did we do something about this? I feel like probably do something about this.
Or we could just go with not our business and leave it be.
Why would we ever do that?
Because we need to leave.
We do have other things to worry about at the moment.
Can we even leave this place?
I don't
Yes,
know.
I
I
can
was
get
gonna
us out
get
of here in-
drunk and then be prepared for the answer to that question.
I can get us out of here in exactly 1 minute, but I still wanted to look around a little bit.
But they helped bring us from the brink. Is it really right for us just to leave?
I don't know.
Look, if you're asking if you could help fight the war, it's not exactly... I mean, yes, we did heal you, probably saved your lives, but it's something that you haven't done from me and the rest of my, well, my friends, I suppose, now. Either way, we're talking about a group of powerful dark dwarves with a track record of summoning fiends to fight for them. Just don't worry yourselves too much about us. We'll persevere. We've got some defenses for their likes.
These are my best matchup, but that's fine. That works. But that's so
At about this point, she stops and walks into a building that you quickly realize is the tavern that she is taking you to. The tavern itself is almost completely empty. Only the bartender and a barmaid cleaning the place up. As you enter, the bartender looks towards you with a look of mistrust. But seeing as you came in with a member of the... well, actually, you don't know that. But seeing as you came in with someone who looks a lot more well-to-do than she used to, mind you, he acts cautiously at first. Greetings, Demona. What can I get for you and your colorful friends? A round of your best silk wine on my tab, if you don't mind. Of course, ma'am. Demona sits down at a corner booth, and the silk wine comes fairly quickly. It's an odd drink. It's sweet, strangely airy, and slightly metallic. It's not bad, and moreover, it's strong.
Strong is good.
No-
Strong
I
is
would
very
imagine I would have had this before.
Probably, yeah.
Of course you would have.
Sometimes it can be a bit of an acquired taste. A lot of people aren't used to drinking such, well, iron-rich beverages.
I can probably use it after losing all that blood.
Probably.
Probably all of the blood.
So, how did you find yourselves falling onto our city?
Yeah.
Well, there's an undercity to a larger capital of an empire we were staying in, and we
Not
got
anymore.
into not anymore. Right.
Yes.
That's
It
basically...
collapsed, and we were exploring at the time.
Wonderful. Well, it's a miracle you survived, honestly. You were half dead whenever we found you.
And one of us was half.
And very
Well,
dead.
I
Don't like these jokes.
It was a little strange to find him fully put together, especially, but I'm glad, at the very least. And you just happened to be exploring.
I mean,
In long story short, it was a shrine to an ancient god who we were trying to prevent from being resurrected, and then a minotaur ripped me in half, and the entire shrine collapsed.
You know, it sounds absolutely
Ah.
batshit insane when you actually hear it aloud, now that I think about it.
yes.
We keep ourselves
Well, no
busy.
matter... Well, one way or another, I suppose it's a bit serendipitous that you just happened to stumble upon us. Especially considering the likelihood of death by all of that rubble.
None of your people got injured by the collapsing items? Stones?
I wouldn't go that far. It was a fairly residential area over that way. We didn't have too many casualties. We managed to get a few, more than a few, out from the rubble. Just a dozen or so dead.
I'm sorry
Mostly
to
just
hear that.
injuries. Well, it's not your fault. Either way, I'm glad that you aren't among them. Of course, you are fairly stronger than the average stock you would find. I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised. Aside from the big one here.
Ooh, very painful.
Well, I imagine so. You were torn in half. Say, did you find the legs in there?
Did I find my legs?
Make a perception check with disadvantage, just retroactive.
Alright.
No.
No, I didn't see them down there. If I had to guess, the pieces of my body, either they sewed back up together or they're still there. Because I was turned into dust once, and that dust didn't go away. I just formed a new body. But one other time I died, I just went back into the old body. It's hard to
This
say.
happened
Did you put them
way too often for
put
you.
them back together? Or were they left separate?
Well, we did the best we could. We didn't exactly sew you in there. We sort of just, put them where they went.
I don't know, it's hard to say. It's only happened 3
Only-
times, and I try to avoid it as best I
Only
can.
three, yes. With that, she, downs the rest of her drink. At this point, a man in a hooded cloak walks into the tavern and sits at the bar. The bartender approaches. Oh god, I have to do this voice again, and I don't know how I did it the first time.
Oh shit.
I love that.
What can I get for you? Warm blood. Right away. The man lowers his hood, revealing first his white hair, grown lopsided as if he cuts the left side, or right side, but not the left. Which
Could be because of the intense purple and black scar tissue that covers the right side of his face and etches across the veins. An odd color of scar for a human man. On his back, he carries 2 weapons crossed at his back, 1 long sword, and what looks like an elongated mace. What's more, strapped to his waist is a large tome with what looks like the symbol of a manticore on it.
Oh!
The bartender gets him his drink, and he downs the whole thing in one go, slamming the shot glass onto the bar as he shakes off the burn. He then places some money on the counter and begins walking towards you.
About time you woke up.
Yeah, near death tends
He's
to
there.
have that effect on us.
Well, from the ceiling.
I missed like half of that. My audio cut out.
Sorry. His name is Colin. He just happened to be around when he fell from the ceiling.
Okay, there we go. I literally caught half that.
Fantastic.
Oh, well, met Colin. I'm Lambert. The big one's Lucian. The frail one's Gwydigan. The creepy one is Heinrich. And the fair lady is Sen.
I am aware. You've actually got some good timing. This war has the Gate Watchers not letting people out unless they're in a larger group. Safety in numbers and all that.
Oh, goody.
With that, Tabana sort of looks over at him. You can't exactly blame them, Colin. Duergar ambushes are too frequent for people to go out unprotected. Also, they just woke up. You can't be suggesting they go out with you on your grand expedition. Colin shoots her a vicious look.
I think they can decide for themselves, woman.
Then looks back over towards you.
I thought I was a prick.
You've got a
Goddamn.
lead.
Is this a friend from work, Lambert?
It's a little mean.
I've got a lead on another school north of here.
Which one?
Mind Flayer.
Oh, goody.
Oh,
I
that
guess I
could be
prepared for this.
legitimately useful.
Oh.
Before you decide to go off and join him, you should know what he's suggesting is at least a 2-week trip through dangerous lands in a fortress held by Blackstone.
Of
It's
course.
dangerous, yeah.
Of course.
But
it
that's
is.
nothing new to our kind. That fortress used to be called the Mind Flayer School. Think of the knowledge buried in there. Assuming the
That could
Duergar and
be-
the Sun Fiends don't tear you apart if you get there in the first place.
Regret.
I look at
See,
Lambert
first of
with
all,
big, excited eyes.
Oh,
Oh.
here I was thinking I would have us out of here in a minute.
Oh, don't give me that look, Sen. God damn it.
Lambert, what if we can help Irilith regain his powers?
Wait, is this a school for mind flayers or how you become a mind flayer?
I didn't know that you were afraid of a little adventure, Lambert.
I'm not afraid. Honestly, it's sadly kind of a sworn thing for us. Whether or not I wanted to, I'm going anyway. Which
Tomorrow.
is fun. Fuck. Mind player. Fuck.
Either way, I can't go without a group. And I know you have a vested interest in joining me. Rest if you need. I'll be outside the city, West Cavern. Come find me when you're ready.
With that, he walks out of the tavern, and Tamana looks over towards you. Surely you're not going with him. He's already tried to get a military regiment to go with him to clear the place out. We thought him mad. He barely got himself a guide.
Sadly, I personally don't have much of a choice in the matter.
It would help the war effort, and also, I really want to beat up some fiends. We also have a friend who is a mind flayer, so it would be like helpful if we could go there and learn more about them.
Maybe keep that
You
down
made
low.
friends with one of them.
Why would you just say that aloud?
He only eats rats, is the good part.
He's a domesticated mind flayer of sorts, I guess you could call him.
He also has no psionic powers. He's basically neutered. But that's just incidental.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that one out. That was weird.
Maybe it's from the rats.
He took a bump on the head.
Took a crossbow ballista to the head.
Yeah, and that sounds like a very hard bump. Sharp
It
bump.
could be. It could be due to the rats. But, I mean, either way, that's a good thing. He only eats rats.
I will admit, you all have proven that you can hold your own. Well, most of us can at least, but Blackstone is another thing entirely. A legion of soldiers who see this war as a conquest for the God King. Just as zealous and patriotic. And that's not even including the fiends they call to their side.
Well, as I said, fiends are my specialty. Fire can't hurt me, so I'll beat the shit out of them. And soldiers, well, weapons don't hurt me as much either, so my friends will be safe. I will be hurt very bad.
Speaking of someone that doesn't come back from the dead within 7 days, again, my choices are not even so much as plural as just I'm going, sadly. Now, that said, about Colin, when did he show up?
I believe he showed up 3 or so weeks ago.
Alone?
Seems like a jerk.
No one with him? Well, that I'm not surprised by, oddly enough. We're not nice people.
This actually,
No kidding.
Lambert, something that catches your attention. Two things. One, that's about when you were contacted about the Leviathan school, and the note you got to go on that was signed with the letter C.
Oh.
I thought that might have had some ties to it. The other reason I'm interested in good old Colin here. God knows
This man has been influencing us, apparently.
Well, mostly
But
me.
you're perfectly nice, so...
I
I'll
am
think that's
anything but, unless I'm paying for it.
Okay, so
Not
this is
bad.
obviously very dangerous. I don't know how much 5 people can do in a grand war effort, really, if anything, but 5 people can at least explore a ruin. And if push comes to shove, we just need to hide somewhere for 1 minute, and we are out, back on the surface, back at our home, like nothing ever happened.
Sadly, if
Well-
it does come to that, I will not be going with you, as this is something I just kind of need to see through. And I feel as though I need to check Colin's intentions.
Push coming to shove, meaning we're surrounded by an army of fiends and Dwergar, and we just have no way out. I mean, I'm not going to leave because I'm bored. I'm going to leave if I'm going to die.
Eh,
Well, if you do have a quick way out, and... Well, it seems that you made up your mind. At least let me try to scrounge up just a couple of things to help you out. I'm sure a missing potion or two won't rouse too much suspicion.
Something I could use, actually, if there is a teleportation circle in the city, if I could have its glyphs, it would give us a fair chance at a do-over and a way to visit this place instantaneously.
Now, I normally shouldn't, but
We're just so special.
really pushing it.
you're about to go and attack a Blackstone fortress.
Yep.
What that means for us is that you could return with some information. Now, if
Yes.
I were to give you these, would you be able to memorize them in your head?
Oh, I'm not allowed to write them down?
If you write them down, they could find them.
Fair. I will try my best.
Very well. I'll scrounge up what I can, and I'll copy down the sigils. You're free to go back to the temple and wait, in the meantime, but I imagine if you're going out on an expedition, you probably should go back to Colin to explain, to have Colin explain the plan. Very well. I'll make towards camp with whatever I can find. And with that, she walks up and out the bar.
Of course there's another school down here. Why wouldn't there be? Things were going so swimmingly. Oh joy. Fuck.
Let's meet the most interesting people.
Interesting.
Shit out of some dwarves, I guess. Wow, that sounds bad when I say it.
Yes, it does sound bad when you say it, but that's what's happening. Bright side, they also have fiends. You can get away with saying you're gonna punch some fiends, right?
I'm gonna punch some fiends.
I'm gonna go punch some devils.
I don't have
And
devil
some
friends
demons.
yet, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's true. Yet.
Hey,
That's a
shit,
big
we
yet.
do!
There's a very...
Alright.
Do you?
Alright.
Oh my god! She's
We
a
do.
fiend!
Yep.
Huh?
Can't say that!
Ivara,
Yep.
the succubus.
Oh yeah.
She's
Not
a
gonna
good
punch
friend.
Okay. I just need some reminders. What is this city called, and what is the name of our drow friend? You guys forgotten both.
It is Stalmist, and she is Tamana Avalon. I will tell you it in chat.
I remember.
Yeah.
Boy, or me and Colin could have quite the conversation.
It's possible.
Oh no, it's gonna happen one way or the other. I'm curious about him.
That's fair.
Alright, so are you going to the western side of the cavern to meet up with him while she gets your shit?
If we don't see any side quests on the way, I just don't see why not.
Alright, make a perception check for me on your way there.
I bet she's bad.
Cool.
Into the side quest.
I open my mini map.
Colin's been possessed by some
Roll a
demon.
perception check.
I was looking for it.
Tavern
Wow.
Keeper actually has an exclamation
you find
point
it-
over his head.
You find a few people with some like question marks, but you know that generally speaking, that only means that they have like a little bit of dialogue that has to do with the quest, but is often is unnecessary.
Cool. Yeah. I'm speed running this, so let's
Oh,
go.
fair adventurer!
We're
the
not.
shrine has fallen upon my house, and my children are trapped inside.
Damn.
See, I'm
To
doing a
pay
completion
5
streak.
gold. Not worth my time.
Where's my skip?
You go off to the western side of the cavern, and quickly you find Colin's camp. Not a lot of campfires outside the city, oddly enough, so it's fairly easy. Colin himself sits on a rock, sharpening his sword. When he sees you, he sheathes the weapon and stands up to greet you.
Glad to see you made the right choice. If you're gonna join in, I should give you a quick rundown.
By all means.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Here's my world
Michael?
map for you.
You got world maps and world maps.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, I love the Underdark.
Mind
Right,
Flayer's
so-
cool.
So we go up
Good.
this waterfall.
Like
That's how that
salmon.
works.
Hope there's no bears.
Here's
No.
a general map of.
Are we in Mordor?
Pretty much.
Here's a general map of the area. The nature of the world below means that there's numerous tunnels and caves that aren't put to paper, but it should be more than enough to take us through where we're going. From here, we'll head west for a while until we get to the outskirt gates, down that way. With an expedition party, they should send us past the mycelial forests here. From there, it's dealer's choice. There's a cavern west with a lava river. That means it's easier to traverse, but it's a slightly faster route through these flooded caverns here. North of that, we can find an ash barren or a dark water marsh. Both are going to be a pain in the ass, but after all said and done, we'll end up in a cavern with the Mind Flayer Fortress. Questions so far?
Is this area mushrooms or
Mushrooms.
weird Underdark penises?
Oh, them some mushrooms, buddy.
Good old Underdark mycelia.
Maybe a couple penises too, but you have to ask nicely.
I mean, if we go through lava, would we be more or less likely to encounter a fight?
It's fucking hot. I'll tell you that
Fucking
much.
hot. It is fucking hot.
The lava is inherently less risky for you, Lucian, seeing as it would not harm you.
Well, you say that.
Speaking of
It
which,
keeps
this
heat
is
in there.
yours. I give you the Manta Ray Cloak.
Oh, right. Thank you, Sam.
It gets pretty hot
Technically
in
a
those
manta ray.
caverns with the flowing lava. Kind of heat that'll give you a heat stroke real fast. Recommend not staying there for too long, but well.
That's
Only
not
if
a good
Teroa
idea.
was here with us. Heat doesn't affect him.
Doesn't affect me either.
Lord almighty. Anyway, on to more pertinent questions. Local fauna, dangers, the like, the fun stuff, hunting habits, predators.
Unfortunately, I haven't really been able to go out that way, but I've been able to pick up a few things. Mycelial forest shouldn't be too hard to traverse. They're generally well lit by the fungus, not a lot in the way of dangerous creatures from what the locals tell me. Lava River does pose a threat. Obviously, the lava itself can cause issues, but there are creatures that live in it, and I've read accounts of fire giants in that part of the cavern.
Oh, goody.
They shouldn't be too hard to get past, though, especially if we stick to the higher sections of the cavern. The only alternative is to go through the flooded cavern over to the east. No telling what lives in those waters, and we'd have to be swimming for days.
Days. I
being-
mean, we could.
No thanks.
Now, the Ash Baron is basically a desert of volcanic ash. It's going to be hot, dry, and expect your shoes to be filled by the end of it. The upside to that is that there's not a lot that can live there, so it might be safer. Downside is that it's a lot harder to live there, meaning that the things that do live there are going to be tough by necessity. Darkwater Marsh is a hotbed of life. Hot, humid, mud and water filled with all sorts of stuff. Might be a little more difficult to traverse quickly, but with any luck, we'll find open spaces to camp, and that'll make it safer during the night, at least.
Sounds like our safest options might be either through the marsh or through the Ash Barrens. I don't think swimming for days is a good idea.
Frankly, I don't think we have really much of a safe option, per se. Just they're dangerous in their own different
It
I
is-
mean,
ways.
it's all dangerous.
It is worth noting that if we want to go to the Ash Barrens, we will have to cross the river.
Oh, goody.
How do we cross a river of lava?
Well,
do have-
we cross that bridge when we come to it.
Or make a bridge.
I like what you did there.
So there's a bridge.
Could.
What do you mean?
I can cast Levitate. Some of us can also cast Levitate. We have other spells at our disposal.
Don't
There you
worry.
go.
Come in handy.
They constantly make jokes. I don't understand them either. They're weird.
When we finally get to the cavern, though, it's not going to be exactly a walk in the park.
Right.
It's a matter of Duergar taking it over. Hopefully we'll find a way to sneak in and not make too big a scene. Although I shouldn't think it to be easy either way. If we're quiet enough, we'll have the element of surprise to help us out. Haven't been able to find a floor plan for the school, just general descriptions and a few exterior sketches. It seems a defensible fortress, so theoretically, it'd be kept in a general position. Likely on the bottom floor. They want to keep that tome safe. It's gonna be rough.
Same with the other schools, yeah.
Well, hopefully their moniker, if it's alive, is far more friendly than the last one we encountered in the Leviathan.
And if it's a mind flayer, we can probably talk to him.
Assuming it's sane.
Assuming.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Well, I personally vote for all the fire stuff. I think our odds of survivability are somehow higher because one of us is immune to fire. Two, I still have my hut, which maintains its own atmosphere and temperature regardless of the weather outside, so we can actually sleep there and be fine.
Oh my god, that's true.
During the night, perhaps. But walking in
During
that
the
sort of
night, yes.
heat can... Walking in that sort of heat can seriously fuck you up.
Not to mention breathing
Still.
fumes and God knows what else for hours on end.
Nothing in here
I do
is going to
agree.
hurt us.
I do agree it should be better than having to swim for
About a week.
a couple days.
I'm not swimming for that long, and I would prefer to avoid going to the marsh because I think we're more equipped to deal with fire than we are with poison.
Well,
I
I
wouldn't
don't know if any of
necessarily
us.
say that the ash barrens itself are close to fire in any way. It's going to be hot, sure, but not as much as the fire, not as much as the lava caverns to begin with. It's not going to be that easy. Those
I don't
sorts of
know
places.
if any of us have spells that can help us with the heat.
No.
No, I sure as hell don't.
Colin, do you know if there's any sort of like a potion that's sold in the city maybe that could help us with that kind of equipment?
Not with the war on.
With the war on, that's yeah. Okay. Mana might get something. We'll see what she brings.
There's a chance.
Well,
I suppose we'll have time to think about it while we move through the cavern anyways.
True.
I mean, honestly, we'd be fighting one of two things: either the local flora and fauna, or just the atmosphere itself, depending which route we decide to take.
I think given our hut, it does make it a safer option than it would otherwise be.
We'll be able to take breaks there to recuperate, rehydrate, and everything.
Right, if things got too hot.
It'll slow us down, but it should make it at least not kill us.
Slowly but surely. Works for me.
Alright.
Who
Well, it might
knows?
not look it.
Who knows? Maybe the giants will actually be willing to have a conversation. It's been a while since I've spoken to a giant.
Yeah, we can speak to them. Yeah, we can do that.
You can speak to giants, Lucian.
Yeah, so can Lambert.
Why can Lambert speak to giants?
Well, you never
I don't know,
spoke.
you've never asked him.
Well, you never spoken to a troll before.
Why would I ever meet a troll? I've met
You-
some unattractive women, but never.
You have
have
met a
met
troll.
Lambert,
You've met a few.
you've met a troll. Bert's a monster
At
hunter, you
least
know, he's
two.
met trolls. Of course he speaks giant.
One that actually spoke back to us, and I managed to convince with logic that we were not the cause of its problems. I even fed the damn
Convince the
thing.
troll with logic.
It was one of the stupidest creatures I've ever met. Why would you bother speaking to it?
Because that way it wasn't going to eat us.
Before.
I think we've decided on a path.
Yeah, I'll take the option
Right.
where maybe we can have the option of diplomacy if need be, rather than just wild animals of the Underdark that want to simply eat us, or worse yet, probably use us as a breeding pod.
I agree.
That's awful.
Yes,
it
you
might not
convinced
look
me.
it. The way I figure it, it's probably just about night. Doesn't affect much out here, but I think I had an early morning. We'll head out
Really?
tomorrow. Get
Oh,
some rest in
alright.
the meantime. Make sure you're up to the task. It's gonna be a long trip.
I just slept for a week. My rhythm is
Doesn't
all wrong.
Gwydion always know what time it is?
No, I don't have
Nope.
mind.
Wrong wizard. Stop watching
Wrong
other
wizard.
people D&D shows. You're supposed to be loyal to this one.
That's true.
You don't pay me enough to be loyal.
Well, that's probably true. But I would also wager that neither do they. So, just saying.
Not wrong.
Oh well.
Guess we're going to bed somewhere. Tavern probably has rooms.
Time to look through Elrond's spellbook and see if I can copy anything useful.
There's a chance.
He doesn't have
Shit,
Fire
yeah.
Shield.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
That would've
I guess
been
why would he?
helpful.
He was a tiefling already.
Well, he was a
No.
he was a psychic damage tiefling. He came from the he was a child of Abraxas.
Oh.
Why
Somewhere along
didn't
the
the dummy
line.
have Fire Shield? Why don't I have it, I
Dumb.
guess? Whatever.
I guess you kind of figured because he was a tiefling, not many people were going to try to light him on fire. Or burn his house down.
Well, he usually is the one starting the fires.
We didn't start the fire.
Right.
Was
Anyway.
Elrin...
So what's the plan? What's the plan?
And shit, can I paint a picture of the big ol' spider? Because that's my downtime for now.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't like swamps. I don't want to deal with the swamp ever, so...
I mean, we know what that plan is. We figured that plan out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow Lambert's lead.
I just have to figure out the right spells to prepare, I guess.
Don't look at me, I'm trying to
I don't
figure
know
out
what to do.
Colin's motive.
That's why I'm following your lead.
Oh, I have no fucking money.
I simply will
What do you
say,
mean? Like,
well,
isn't his motive the same as yours? You want to find the schools?
yeah, but
Do we know-
his is a little estranged, it seems. He wants to go there in the sake of knowledge. I want to go there to make sure that our knowledge doesn't fall into the wrong hands and make sure that it makes its way back to a still functioning monastery. I'm not sure if
But
he's...
wouldn't that be a similar goal? He seeks the knowledge, you seek the knowledge. You just don't know what he intends to do with the knowledge, but it might be the
Well,
same.
it sounds like he intends to keep the knowledge for himself, whereas Lambert wants to send it off to his school.
Basically, yeah.
Do we know where he is right now?
Well, Colin, he's at his camp, waiting for us
Right.
the next day.
Right next to us.
He's asleep in his tent.
All I'm saying is keep your eye on him, and... Frankly, if you run into anyone from these schools, I'd be worried about trusting us if you're not paying us.
We're not paying you. Hold on.
You get paid, Lambert?
Let me check. I open up my coin purse of 1,500 plus gold. Yeah, I get paid very well.
I've been
I
having
guess
to
that
murder
counts,
people
yeah.
for money.
If it counts. Murder people for money. Wait, what?
Around this time,
If we can get Colin talking, I can try and surmise some of his motives.
Don't manipulate the man. That could go very badly. Just watch him, see what he does, listen to what he says.
I'm proficient in insight. I'll read him like a fucking book.
So watch what he does and listen to what he says, I said.
I'm better at lying to him, but I can also insight check.
you guys sort of just go back to the temple. After a while, Tamana finds you. Oh, good. I managed to find a few things that we can spare. A few lesser potions of healing. This drift globe here, and this scroll. Scroll of protection from evil and good. Should help a little against those fiends if you run into them.
Nope, but that might be handy later on.
A very useful spell. Not that I know what it does.
Right. Good luck, you all. May the Whispering Mother guide your path. She puts her arms across her chest, toward her shoulders and bows before she walks off.
May she whisper to you too.
I'm
That
sure
feels
you
like the right thing to say.
With that, you do whatever you're gonna do over the course of the long rest.
If
Put some
someone-
effort into sleep.
If someone can lend me 32 gold, I can put protection from evil and good in my book and always have it. It's a wizard spell.
Just take it off my debt. Just take it off my debt, please.
You're just always taking money from us.
See, I have 18 gold, so I need that 32 gold to buy the...
Give you 32 gold, just take it off my debt.
Okay. I don't even know what Lucian's debt is.
Don't you have it
500.
written down in all
It
of
was
your
a lot.
notes?
It's 500? Only 500?
There was something. I don't know. It's just
What amount of gold? I don't remember.
I still think it's hilarious that
Um,
all that bullshit and all that crap about even making a heist, and you two managed to cuck it up and we don't even get the damn shield.
Oh, but we did get the.
At hearing you
Should
start that
identify
sentence, I
them.
lean in very closely. Got what, Lucian? Do tell.
There was this this dagger that was just kind of sitting out in the open. That I mean, I didn't want it to get washed away and lost forever, so I just kind of took it.
What dagger?
What
don't
kind
forget
of
about the
dagger?
mask.
You stole a dagger, Lucian?
It was
Forget
gonna
about-
get washed away.
We
Don't
agreed
forget
no
about the
stealing.
mask.
We agreed no stealing.
And I took a mask as well.
You took
'cause
a
it was
mask
also
as
going
well?
to get washed away.
So, upon
So as-
agreeing to take only the damn shield, not only did you not leave with the shield, you left with something else entirely, therefore stealing from the armory, which thankfully has been washed away, so any possible evidence of such a thing is now gone. I wish you two understood how lucky you were.
As
So
I'm
we
trying to
did.
shatter the case that held the shield, you were just pilfering things lying on the ground.
Don't test your luck, Leora.
I am
Send.
very lucky. Thank you very much. I
I-
can test it 3 times in a day.
I've
I have a
seen your luck
question
rolls, though.
for both of you.
Oh, what's up, Guardian?
Yes. How much time did you waste taking those two things?
Oh, we took them after the shield had already been gone.
I see.
There's no we.
And
Six seconds.
I took them after the shield was already gone.
okay. If you had gotten out earlier, having not stolen all those, do you think we would have been able to save Jin, maybe?
No. Because we would have had to get around the Death Tyrant quicker, which we didn't do.
Alright.
I don't want to hear anything about my friend being dead, because I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither.
I wonder how that Death
That's,
Tyrant's doing now that I think about it.
Dead?
Interesting priorities.
Floating.
Screaming nonsense about a prophecy, probably all alone, his own insanity.
Where's our escort? Is she nearby?
Escort? What?
Whatever her name was.
Mana?
Yeah, Mono.
Mono.
She left.
Doesn't took off.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I was
you
just,
know,
I was
Anyways, we
just
should
going
probably
to
just
ask her
identify
if she
those,
found
yeah.
a Death Tyrant, but we can leave that for another time.
I don't think I want to know the answer.
I think it's important for us to know the answer.
Who
I'm
gives the
pretty
healing
sure we
potions?
would have known the answer had it lived. That's not something you
Um,
forget to mention.
I don't want any of the healing potions.
I already have 3, so someone else should probably take them before I take any.
I'll
I think
take them.
Heinrich should probably get one.
I have one already, so
I
think
can
it'll
take
be
them. I'm
easier.
pretty mobile and can administer them quite quickly.
And also identify the stiletto in the mask.
Problem is, Gwydion, a lot of times you're like over 30 feet away from the rest of the group.
That's why I have Misty Step.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's fair. So are you going to identify the things?
Guardian,
I'll do
please.
those.
Keep Guardian.
Alright, I'm putting them in non-tomfoolery.
Oh, I have one.
Oh.
If I have one, I'm gonna try to sleight of hand it to Lucian.
Oh.
Get the dagger. in a
Didn't we
space
already
within
have
reach.
that? Nope, that was a different
Teleport to
campaign.
the dagger. Isn't it? Creature.
Wait,
in
is
space.
this just a contingency plan? This dagger?
If there's a creature in that
1
space, then
minute.
get DC 16 Charisma save or switch spaces. That's pretty cool.
This
Pretty
is
cool.
fun. That dagger's fun.
Should do.
Wait, is
Yeah,
there a
I don't-
limit to the distance you can teleport to that damn thing?
However
no,
far you
it's-
can travel in
it's a
1
minute
minute.
time.
Th-
limit.
th- Yeah. So you can go as far away as you feel like, as long as you aren't. As long as you do it before 59 seconds, you can teleport back.
Well, I have no idea who this mask is for, but the dagger seems interesting.
Who do we want to not be charmed? Probably Q, but he's not here.
Yeah, Q isn't here right now.
He's no longer with us. He's in a better place.
Well, who has
Can
a
already
free
break
On the
charms on this
surface?
one.
Yes, precisely.
Oh, that's. Ooh.
Wait, commune? What's that do?
Ah, attunement
Probably
required.
talk to
Fuck.
gods, I imagine.
Maybe I'll take the mask. Hold on.
Yeah. I don't have any attunement slots, and I can already break charms, so I don't need it.
So commune, you contact a deity or a divine proxy, and ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with yes or no. Yeah, so you basically just you can ask 3 questions to some sort of divine creature of which you do not know who is.
They have to be what? Yes, no, and like I don't know.
They have to be yes, no, or unclear.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It can only be a short phrase if it's like would be misleading.
I, oddly enough, have 1 attunement slot open.
I have multiple attunement slots, but
That's because you don't ever take anything we offer you.
Yeah, do you want to take one of these?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
There we go again.
I'm thinking. I didn't say no. I said I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I could drop my ring of spell absorption for the mask, unless you want the mask.
I feel like the mask was made for me.
Okay.
The mask was
But
not
I'm
made
not-
for anybody.
Okay, then I don't want the mask.
Wait,
You
don't-
can have the mask.
You can have the mask.
I guess ideally we don't want any of us to be charmed, but who would be the worst person if they were charmed?
Me or
I
Lucian.
feel like me or Q. Okay, we all have very different opinions.
Well,
I mean-
Q's not here, number 1.
Lucian is the best one to be charmed because he can break out of it on his own.
If I get charmed, I could just like shatter the fuck out of all of you people.
If I get charmed, I can put you behind a wall of an inescapable wall of force.
Lambert get charmed, he can beat the shit out of one of us pretty bad.
And
Yeah.
rip out your jugular with my teeth.
If Heinrich gets charmed, he.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, if Heinrich gets charmed, he turns
Spider.
into a giant spider, just fucks all of us.
You poison us, yeah.
Should we flip a D6 or
Just
D5 over
who
this?
wants the item, and then roll to see who gets it.
I mean, I kind of want the mask because Commune might be useful. Commune might also be useful for Heinrich, though. We both have deities, so to speak.
I mean,
Now, that's whether.
The
Now,
best turn.
I will say, just because you cast commune does not mean it's. You get to choose who you're talking to.
Well, it says you contact your deity or a divine proxy, so
Right, but that's if you cast the spell.
yeah.
As a cleric, if you cast the spell, you talk to your god. In this case, you're casting it through a mask,
Okay.
Talk them to the
and
mask
that's all.
god.
That's
Wait a minute.
all I'm saying.
You're implying it won't be very useful for me, so I understand.
I'm not saying it's not going to be useful. Commune
I already have-
is a useful spell.
Probably,
I
you'd
have
probably
advantage on
talk to a
Christmas.
fiend.
Heinrich already
have
has
advantage.
magic.
Oh, go ahead.
Heinrich already has magic dark vision as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already have advantage on charisma saves, so yeah. Yeah, Leora Sen can take it.
Figure's pretty cool, but I don't think anyone here can use it very well.
We can sell it back. We can turn it in for a reward.
Bad idea.
Nah.
Yeah, we
maybe.
found this magic dagger in a sunken shrine in the Underdark. Is this yours by any chance?
Wait, well, I mean,
Um,
some of us might have criminal underground contacts. You might maybe think this is worth something.
Wait, who are you calling a criminal?
Any one of us. It could be any one of us.
Yeah, really, I mean, it could be.
We're gonna talk. We'll talk
Could be
about it later.
you.
But I don't need
It could be
any.
you.
Really fine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Guess we should just head off now.
Yes.
I do have 5 items that are requiring attunement, so 2 of them are just in my bag.
Yeah, we've got a lot of attuned items and not a lot of attunement slots between all of us. So
We should probably start selling shit.
Be an idea. Maybe not those two
Onwards.
things.
Don't we have an enchanter friend? Could we just ask them, be like, hey, we give you this enchanted thing, you give us another enchanted thing, eh?
We'll talk
yeah.
about it a few sessions from now when we're done with this giant quest.
Oh, you assume
Yeah.
we're ever coming back alive.
That's also fair.
Yeah,
I
Lucian
am.
is.
This is the next arc. We're gonna be here for 20 sessions.
Well, the
Oh,
funny
that's
thing
not
about
bad.
that is Lucian may or may not come back alive. If everyone died, it's unlikely Lucian would ever get back.
Just keep me alive. I'm your emergency exit button.
True.
I can
What?
take you 500 feet away, which is pretty cool. I can do it instantly. Gwydion needs to prepare for a whole minute. Think about that when you have to save
True.
one or the other of us.
I think you and Gwydion should just be really close to one another, just in case you need that emergency exit button, because I don't know how long it will take someone to freaking run 500 feet to get to you again, but I imagine it'll be a minute.
Sen teleports me away. You all start running up to me while I'm casting teleportation circle and hope you make it in time. If you don't, too bad, so sad.
The math adds up. Just barely.
Depends on their speeds.
That's funny.
No, because
Go
if they're
fast.
going... No, they're going 60 feet per turn if they're dashing.
If they have a 30-foot speed.
Who doesn't have at least a 30-foot speed? We're all humanoid, like normal
Wait.
humans.
We're fighting
Creatures.
monsters.
Jorn didn't.
Yeah, but we're not... Yeah, Jorn's not with us anymore.
We could fight.
He would all... He would
I was talking
literally
about the
technically make
monsters
it.
catching up to
No,
us.
he beat all of you because I think his was 45.
Or maybe-
I would beat him because I can dash as a bonus action as well.
Hey, fucker, don't tell us about how you can beat us with your dashing.
I can beat Diorn with my dashing.
Anyways.
After that stunt you pulled like 3 sessions ago, I don't want to hear it.
I don't remember. Oh, that one. Oh, never mind.
All right. Well, eventually, what you assume to be morning comes. You wake up, and whenever you finally reach Colin's camp, you find him putting out the campfire and packing up his tent. Oh, good. Thought you might sleep a few more days for old time's sake.
Uh-huh.
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean,
Sleeping
seems
for a
kind of
week.
self-explanatory, really.
So, when a person from Lambert's backstory says, talking about old time's sake shit, I'm thinking maybe it has to do with stuff.
That time we went to sleep for a week because we fell from the sky.
Whatever, fuck me.
I'll say,
Yeah, that's the
y'all,
one.
yeah, y'all assume I know this man.
Yeah.
Never
I
met
did.
him before in your life.
Yeah, no,
Never
met
even
him.
heard of him. Which is odd. isn't it?
Ah, he must be a fake
Pretty odd.
imposter.
Why do you think I've been telling
He
you
does
keep
not
your
look
damn...
like it.
Yeah, why do you think I said keep your eye on him? I don't recognize him. How old does he look,
No,
by the way,
You didn't
Legion?
notice it.
Oh, he looks old.
Is he daddy?
Older than you by a good margin. But it's hard to tell. You guys can live a little longer, all things considered.
True.
At
Lambert
least
is
60.
baby.
Get moving then.
All right. So you guys go forth on your expedition, and along the way, Colin strikes up conversation. From here, it'll take a few days just to get to the west gate. Once we get there, we'll camp outside of it and make our way to Mycelial Forest from there. Till then, we're in Solomous territory, safer than most surface roads.
Safe out in what way?
Try to find some bandits in Underdark roads. You'll be waiting for a while. Now, you guys can move 4 tiles a day.
Sweet.
Lit.
So 2 days pass. Not very eventful. No ambush to speak of, aside from still not being used to.
Black as sun.
Nothing really happening aside from the fact that it's the dark and sunless caves of the world below. Just generally, sort of it makes it hard to tell, like, when you should be feeling tired, when you should be waking up, that sort of thing. Eventually, you do get to the west gate, a massive arched gateway carved into the cavern. The north side. Sorry, hold on. I can't read for whatever reason. It's probably this.
Hey, Michael,
I
where are your
do-
glasses?
I do want to, since we're walking like 2 days, during the 2 days, I do want to talk to Lucian.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So like as we're walking, I just telepathically start the conversations. Like, hello, Lucian.
Oh yeah, what's up?
20th century slang. I have a question for you. What do you know
Shoot.
about? Forgot his name. Hold on. What do you know about Aroth?
Well, there's a prophecy that he's gonna come back to life, and we are fighting to stop that. And I think he shows up in my dreams sometime when I die. Sometimes, occasionally.
And is there any connection between you dying and him showing up in your dreams?
I mean, I die, and then I see him, and I talk to him, and then I wake back up. Didn't happen last time, though. I will say that much.
And do you think he is the one who gave you this curse/gift of not dying?
I mean, presumably yes, because he told me to stop dying once.
So is he like your patron?
I mean, in a way, I guess he stops me from dying. Well, he brings me back, but it's not like I gain any specific powers from. Not like you get your spider powers. Not like that.
But why does he bring you back if you're trying to stop him?
Yeah, that's a question. I don't know. He said he needs me for something, and I don't know what.
The blood of one
Okay.
that cannot die?
Yeah.
But if he cannot
Wouldn't-
die, but Aroth is the one who gave him that ability, then wouldn't we not want to bring you to the encounters where Aroth might be? We don't want to give him what he needs.
And I guess, but like, stands to reason, but also fate works in mysterious ways, so I think it's safer to keep us all together.
Yeah, I guess. Well, let's see what this goes. Thank you for your time. We have
I don't want the world to end any more than anybody else does. Except Aroth, I guess. He wants it to end a lot.
Well, if it ends, you'd probably still be alive, no?
I'd assume I would be dead after he sacrifices me to be brought back to life. Presumably.
Okay.
Also, I can't die, so maybe this is a gift.
Okay.
Only you knew. Eventually, you guys get to the west gate. This massive arched gateway carved into the caverns. This cavern's north side, blocking off the tunnels northward by massive steel bars. Atop the gates are a number of drow, heavily armed and manning ballista to protect this place from entry. One of the drow spots you and calls out, "Stop! Let the grow!" Colin kind of speaks up.
Do you speak Elvish?
Tell him we're an expedition team needing passage in the morning.
I call back in Elvish that we're an expedition team just getting... I repeat what he said. Unless someone else wants to, unless someone else wants to take this, because please tell me someone else speaks Elvish other than me.
I speak Elvish, but I will respond telepathically.
I speak Elvish.
I don't think they're within range.
Oh, it's more than 30? Okay. I can just...
Yeah, they're like at least 100 feet up.
Okay.
They respond in Elvish. I must warn you, you'll meet your death out there.
That can be true anywhere.
Honestly, that's nothing
Fair
new.
enough.
Fair enough.
Let us know when you're ready. We'll open the gates.
Look around. Now would be good.
Sure, why not?
In the morning.
In the morning.
I recommend sleeping on this side, just in case.
Right, yeah. We'll sleep here then.
Okay.
All right. Good. Now all that's left to do is to make up camp. That night, you all find yourselves sitting beside a fire with Colin, roasting some freshly caught bats for dinner. Yeah, good.
Rona bats.
Oh, not again.
So, how'd your time in Vale treat you?
Very beautiful. Did you know we went to Vale?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
He was looking at Lambert.
He was looking at Lambert.
About as well as
As
anywhere
well.
else these days. Generally, fun
You
up
get the
until
tome?
it's safe.
Good. Word of advice. I wouldn't show that to your elders. They don't take kindly to looking into other schools.
Hmm. You know, speaking of other schools, another member of a cartography guild I was working with, they mentioned they met another one of us, a fellow by the name of Rylan? They mean anything to you? You know him?
Used to.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, maybe it's like check.
God damn.
It seems like he used to.
I'm gonna cast message to Lambert and just say it appears he did know him.
A member of your particular group that survived the trials, I take it?
Well, first time around at least. Let's just say he was with me when I came to recover this. And he reaches into like his cloak and pulls out another tome. This one with a ghostly, almost skull face on its front.
Oh,
We already went ahead and acquired the Revenant Tom. Took a bit of a toll on me, if you hadn't noticed. Unfortunately, he wasn't so lucky.
Huh. Well, I guess I can cross that off my to-do list to visit Thanatos of all places.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Either way, tell you what, it's gonna be a long trip. I'll let you read mine if you let me read yours.
Bazooka.
Feels like high
It
school.
should be enough time at night on watch to finish up at least one of them.
Whew. I hate that I am so untrusting of this man. And he offers me things I want. Why not? He already warned me about Leviathan School. It's okay. He ain't gonna know shit about the Dragon Grimoire. That's already gone. Last I checked, I sent that off already. Sure, why not? Leviathan Grimoire has been interesting read. A little bit confusing. But then again, all of them are.
He hands over the Revenant Tom, bound in a different kind of leather than the other ones you've encountered, and the ink is red instead of black.
This is a fucking Necronomicon.
I mean, it might be a little bit of a Necronomicon. It might be a little bit of a Necronomicon, but it's probably fine to read.
As long as it doesn't
So if
bite
you read this on watch every night, you should be able to finish it by the end of the journey. I'll say, like, you take a 2-hour watch, it'll take about 12 days.
Okay.
Give or take to finish.
Easy enough.
And if you stay up all night, you could do it in 3.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Don't recommend it. Yeah. As soon as you hand him your book, he immediately begins reading it and does not speak the rest of the night.
Darn.
Book reading.
The next morning, you awake and the gate watchers lift up the massive steel gate before you, allowing you to make your way deeper into the more dangerous portions of the world below. Alright, so I just want to make sure that I'm right about this. Today should be the 5th of Year's End.
Yes.
Fantastic. For a while, it's just normal caverns. Nothing seems to happen. It's on the 6th that you slowly start to see some of the flora. As you step deeper into the caves here, you notice that the massive cavern before you is filled with giant mushrooms, much of which are bioluminescent. Among the others are some normal-looking ones as well, alongside others still. There's look almost transparent, like a clear gelatin almost. Very strange fungus. Colin does seem to be right about this place. The dim glow from the fungus in the cavern does make it easier to see the darker areas of the world below. So it's a little bit easier to traverse, all things considered. Now, I would like one of you to roll me 2d8.
Well, I'll do it. I've never done this before.
I'll let you
Oh,
do it.
damn it.
Yeah, I hope that's good.
Hopefully it's not...
Dragon.
Yeah, well, it's
Why
just
is that
ancient
high?
dragon again.
Alright, so you make good headway, and manage to make a day's travel without any consequence.
Yes.
However, I would like to know, you have 2 tiles to move from here. Where do you, where are we going from here?
That's the question, isn't it? Do we want to hang a left and possibly deal with fire giants, or just keep going?
Skip the whole
I
forest.
think it's a good idea to go from here, because we can cross this lava and then just feather fall down this little cliff, and we spend less time.
You assume the cliff is little.
Even if it's big. It depends on how big, but pretty big.
It's pretty big.
If not, we can like
So, like,
levitate and stuff.
Going northward, then?
I personally want to see what's in the mushroom forest. I think mushrooms are cool.
Part of
All
me
right.
does.
I need someone else to roll me 2d8. Or the same person, doesn't bother me any.
I'll roll.
Be
Yeah,
someone
I'll-
else.
I'll roll.
I don't want to push my luck.
Hey, it looks like Dennis got a hard-on for rolls.
Yeah.
As do we
always
all.
hard.
Alright, so as you're making your way, you find yourself crossing over a small hill of mycelium. You find yourself coming face to face with a group of Duergar. You all stop for a brief moment before the one in the fanciest armor yells out, in Dwarvish, which 2 of you recognize, I believe. Well, don't just stand there, kill him! I need someone to roll me 1d4.
Roll you what?
1d4, please.
Well, we both got
Alright.
2, so it's fine.
2 it is.
What's happening?
Alright. Y'all fighting, bruh.
Bitchin'.
I'm gonna kill him!
Break their
Um,
legs.
I have to say, I really cannot go over 10 tonight. I have to go to Walmart like ASAP before it closes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
it
we,
should not be a problem. It
Okay.
shouldn't
Like-
be a problem.
Turned into one and tried to make a not fight.
Probably
Stupid trigger
just, like,
happy Durgar.
Instantly kill them.
They probably won't be much of
Alright.
a problem.
If one
Destroy
surrenders,
some
it'll be
initiative.
in the crew.
Good God, I hope that's not what I look like as when I get as old as Colin. Jesus Christ.
It sounds like he's had some shit happen to him that aged him.
Yikers, dude. Is he in like a bear costume? What the hell?
No, he's Santa.
It's just
Santa with
fat.
half his face missing.
Just really
Well,
fat.
you know, you visit every house in a night, you're bound to run into some shit.
I like
He's
that one of
been
the
through some
pictures is an
shit, that's for
image
sure.
of a mini.
The fuck is this thing?
Yeah. Which one?
The-
Which thing?
The thing!
Image of a mini.
The nuts!
Uh,
The
Definitely
super
not.
droid?
That is some sort of metal construct that is currently screaming, just screaming.
Just screaming.
So it's Lila? It's Lila?
Is it autistic screaming? Because I
Yes,
can.
it is.
That sounds familiar.
No, it's like dreadfully painful screaming. The kind of
pain,
screaming.
oh.
Yeah, it is. It is in pain.
Alright, y'all, let's wrap this up in 10 minutes.
I'm
I
really
got
happy with
this.
this initiative order.
I cast a fireball.
This initiative order is really good.
I don't like that they go
Is it?
before me.
Yeah.
No,
It's not bad. It's a lot better than our others. Colin hasn't rolled yet, though, but.
We had some real rough
Yeah,
ones
I know.
earlier.
Sorry.
I'm
I'm not saying it's perfect.
I'm really curious to see what Colin will do.
Soul Blades, what?
Casts fireball. Soul blades.
That worries me.
But
Colin's
two
gonna
of them are
cast.
soul blades, and the rest are Duergar.
I wouldn't
Oh.
worry about it.
Colin's gonna cast ibuprofen because his bad knee.
That's
Scream.
funny.
It's funny because it only has one. The other one's prosthetic.
My one bad knee is also my one good knee.
It says one
I guess
knee.
these are
It's both good and bad. It's bad because it hurts, but it's good because it's still there at least.
Damn, that's just being old.
Stone guards and Duergar.
Monster Slayers, man. They do not lead happy lives. Good fucking Christ.
3 of them rolled
They
17.
do not. They did. Like, actually. And I have no idea why.
That's
Colin
funny.
rolled a 4.
Ah,
Hey!
Colin, you fucking fool.
Alright,
Happiness is
sorry
overrated.
that took so long. Heinrich, you were the first to go.
I will, right next to the mechanical construct, fire off a synaptic static.
Ooh.
Oh my god, yes.
Why am I hearing wind?
Oh, what that
This is
is?
going to Walmart.
I didn't mute myself.
Oh, okay, you're okay, buddy. I was
Hmm.
just confused. So fix your fucking shit.
Alright, so synaptic static. Everyone has to roll, right? Let's see. What's the radius? Is that just everybody?
20-foot radius, so if I
Yeah, it's
center it
everybody.
next to the guy, it'll be everyone.
Alright,
God,
so
yeah,
let's do this.
This fucks
And the
everybody.
DC is 17.
Is this the first time you've used it?
Yep.
Nice.
Alright, so we have fail. This is a soul blade. That's a fail.
Yes.
Screamer passes. Fail.
Ah. Yes.
Fail.
Yes.
Fail.
Yes.
Fail. Pass.
Dennis, just kill them all right off the bat, please.
You gotta get to
Ow.
Walmart, man.
Just butt my tooth
So,
on my straw.
Oh,
So let's
wow.
just take a look. Dead. Dead.
Oh!
Dead. Dead. Very close to dead. Hurting.
A
The
mistake
Screamer
was made.
but it's only some damage. And this one passed as well, so it's just only some damage. Is there a secondary effect as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
If they
so
They
fail,
failed.
If they
Yeah.
failed, whenever they
Fantastic.
do a attack roll or ability checks, as what? Oh, as well as concentration saving throws for concentration. They roll a d6 and subtract the number from whatever they rolled.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
That's it.
All right, Lambert.
God damn. Okay, let's see if I can't finish off the rest of the fucking horde then. Or at least, you know, a good solid chunk of them as I move up here. And, yep, you're all within, except for you, you're in 20 feet. I'm going to cast Thunderwave.
Okay.
And just
So you're gonna get the warlord and the one guy.
yeah.
Okay.
And just for shits and giggles, let's throw that at second level.
Oh.
Con save, right?
Yep. Ah, that's kind of shite damage.
They both pass.
Well, did you roll the d6?
But, okay, never mind. They both fail.
Yeah.
Dead. And not dead, but hurting.
Alrighty.
Anything else? Make me a con
With-
save.
Yeah, I gotta make that.
Okay.
That's a pass.
Then you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Bonus actions? Action
mm,
surges, perhaps?
I'm debating that, actually. Yeah, you want to fuck it. We can action surge.
Yeah!
We can
do
action
it.
surge. Let me double check something. How far did I move? That was 30 feet, so...
Yeah.
But I can only cast one spell per turn, right? One level spell?
Action surge is the exception. So
Okay.
you can, if you cast an action, you can only cast a bonus action spell if it's a cantrip. But technically speaking, if you have multiple actions, there's nothing stopping you from casting two.
Oh, cool. Because I can nail two of these guys with a Burning Hands.
Very good.
Yeah, so, yeah, screw it. Let's do that. Let's just go balls to the wall. Also second level, because fuck it. That's an interesting set of
Okay.
numbers.
How many ones?
So,
That's two fails.
oh, fuck. Nice. And con save again.
Another con save, please. Yeah, you're fine. They're still both alive. It's the warlord's turn.
Hello.
He is going to run up to you.
oh shit, all my friends are dead.
Hi, can I help you?
Yeah, you can die.
Have fun,
And
not.
he get big.
Bergdorf and die.
He like suddenly doubles in damage, and he's gonna hit you with a couple of hammers.
Right, Doug, I forgot they did that.
26,
Yep, that hits no matter what.
18 points bludgeoning,
Ow.
and 10 points of psychic.
Ow!
Alright, again. It's a 19 to hit,
Nope.
and that's a 23 to hit.
Shield. Since I am now the closest target, it feels like a good idea to pop that.
Alright. At the end of the warlord's turn, suddenly, out from somewhere up above, you see a colossal winged reptile fly forward and land before you.
Oh, now what?
The creature itself is covered with thousands of tiny mushroom sprouts from its body, and riding on the creature is a humanoid figure that seems to be entirely constructed of mycelia. The dragon lets out a
Oh,
roar
no.
and lets loose a torrent of spores at the dark dwarves.
Dragon.
It's a
Fail.
mushroom.
Fail. Pass, but fail.
This is fine.
Do one of you guys want to roll me 16d6?
I do.
6.
no,
one.
I'm good actually.
65.
Yeah. Everyone dies.
Nice.
Holy
I didn't
shit!
get to cast Fireball yet.
Me neither.
With that, the dragon looks towards you, as does the creature on its back.
Hello?
And it just jumps off. For the moment, I think that should be where we end tonight's session. We'll have a conversation with this mushroom man next week.
Things you normally hear.
He seems like a fun guy.
Indeed.
God damn it.
Did someone ban Tyler?
I could, but I kind of like the joke.
So, fuck.
So fuck.
Yeah, this is definitely the
Dude.
fucking Underdark.
Yeah, I figured it was about time that you guys had adventures in other places. So, the first place I sent you was the Underdark.
Yeah, definitely hit the nail
Isn't
on the
that
head
nice?
for the feeling. This is definitely feeling like the damn Underdark.
Next, we're going
I'm
to hell.
glad that you feel that way, because... how do you like the battle map? I experimented with a lot of different things, but like I ended up making full color battle maps for all of the
I did it.
encounters of this
pretty.
place. I've been working on this fucking thing for weeks now.
I dig it.
Very pretty.
I'm not even technically done with the Mind Flayer Fortress presently, but hopefully that
Oh.
won't matter. I'll be done by
So
the end
you
of the
made
week.
full color maps, and we're going through the parts of it that are black.
What do you mean?
Funny how that
Because
works.
we're going through the lava crap and the ash fields.
Yeah, that they are all black. I might show you some of my other battle maps
And it was
later.
oh,
Good.
Like, you should see the one I have for the deep waters. It's
Oh.
really
Go
good.
through the marsh when we come back.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to teleport. That would be ridiculous. And, like,
No,
too
we're not gonna do
safe.
that. Say no.
Alright.
when do we ever do what's safe?
We're in the fucking
Yeah, when do you ever
Underdark.
do
There
what's
is no
safe?
safe.
There's
When
a
we
little
did that
safe.
heist,
It
that
depends.
heist, that was
It's
safe.
2d8, and if you roll certain numbers, it's completely safe for that 24-hour period.
Well,
Don't laugh
oh.
to yourself.
I gotta get going.
No.
I'll catch y'all next week.
Will you?
Yeah, man.
And with that, guys, that's the end of this session of the Esterisle Cartography Guild number 46, part 2. And as usual, I hope you all enjoyed. And if you all did enjoy, a great way of showing that support, as always, is by liking the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, sharing with your friends. And if you want to see what happens, just tune in next week. Or if you're just impatient and willing to support the channel a little bit, there's always our Patreon, which should be linked below. If it's not linked below, then by all means, just check into the YouTube channel banner in the lower right corner of it, and you should find a little button with the link to the Patreon there. Sadly, the early viewing access for videos is currently my top tier out of the 4, so yeah, there's that. Fair warning. That's it. If you just feel like supporting the channel, by all means, hit it. Enjoy. That all said, once again, thank you all for watching, and as usual, cheers to those that love us, the losers that lost us, and as always, the lucky sons of bitches that get to meet us. And we will catch you all in the next video. See you then.